A Batman cinematic universe is a thing that has been on the minds of a lot of DC fans, especially after the release of 2022's The Batman, which is reportedly spinning off into its own Batman universe. I've seen a lot of people share what their ideal Batman cinematic universe would look like, so I thought I might as well take a crack at it. I wanted to start off by saying that my universe would not be split up into phases, since I think that's not a format that would work really well for a cinematic universe solely based off of one character. Instead, it'll be split up by trilogies, where each Batman trilogy has a certain theme with an overarching storyline. Also, in the universe where these movies exist, the Batman never happened, so the last Batman movie would be The Dark Knight Rises. This is the Batman cinematic universe. Done right. The first movie in my Batman universe would be Batman: The Dark Knight. This would be similar in tone to Matt Reeves' The Batman, and it would focus on the more street-level and grounded side of the character. It would focus on Bruce Wayne's second year as Batman, where he's in the middle of handling the Falcone and Maroni mob war. This then makes him aware of the existence of both the Black Mask and the Penguin, who are both highly involved in the mob war. Black Mask would be the main villain of this movie, and Penguin would be the secondary villain, with a side plot involving Oswald Cobblepot running for mayor of Gotham City. Catwoman and Harvey Dent would also appear to help Batman throughout the film. Bruce believes that being Batman is the best way to help Gotham City. He learned through Roman Sionis that if he pays more attention to his persona as Bruce Wayne, he can also help Gotham with Wayne Enterprises. In the end, Penguin wins the election and becomes mayor of Gotham City. Next is Batman: The World's Greatest Detective. This would introduce us to Dick Grayson, who Bruce Wayne takes in after witnessing Dick's parents die in front of him. Dick is convinced that his parents' deaths were in an accident and that they were murdered, leading him to persuade Bruce to take on the case. Dick Grayson becomes Robin, and together they attempt to unravel the mystery of the Graysons' murder. This brings Batman and Robin into contact with a mysterious figure known as the Riddler, who convinces them that he knows about what truly happened, and eggs them on through games and puzzles throughout Gotham City, bringing a conspiracy to light that is much bigger than Batman and Robin ever imagined. What is this conspiracy? I have no clue, but just pretend that it's something really cool. The first spin-off movie of the universe would be Catwoman. It would be pretty simple. Just a solo movie featuring Selina Kyle changing her ways and becoming a vigilante to put an end to Carmine Falcone's reign over Gotham City. Nothing too extravagant. The final movie of the first trilogy would be Batman: The Caped Crusader. This movie would have Scarecrow as the main villain and focus on using Bruce's fears to teach him who he truly is. The Dark Knight would be about Batman learning to accept Bruce Wayne, World's Greatest Detective would be about Bruce Wayne learning to accept Batman, and The Caped Crusader will bring it all together. Scarecrow tears Batman apart and uses his fears to bring him to his knees, not only through illusions, but in real life. With Oswald Cobblepot as mayor of Gotham, the city is more corrupt and unsafe than ever. Bruce can't save Harvey Dent, causing him to become the villain Two-Face, and Dick Grayson continues to be put in harm's way. All things that make Batman truly terrified. Scarecrow also brings out Robin's fears by showing him how he'll always be in Batman's shadow, and without his own identity, he'll always be nothing. In the end, Batman, Robin, and Catwoman team up to take down Scarecrow and Two-Face, and Dick Grayson decides to move away, take a break from being Robin, in order to find his own identity. The first show in the universe would be Pennyworth, a spin-off prequel miniseries about Alfred, which would follow his days serving in the British Special Air Services before he became a butler for the Waynes. Alfred would serve alongside his best friend, Floyd Lawton, codenamed Deadshot, as they worked together to take down a terrorist known as the Mad Hatter. In the end, Floyd Lawton turns on Alfred, believing that working with Mad Hatter is the only way to keep his wife and kids safe, and Alfred is forced to fight Deadshot. KG Beast would also appear as a villain. Next, we have Nightwing. This would be a pretty straightforward Nightwing movie, following Dick Grayson moving to the casino hotspot city called Bloodhaven, taking down the underground crime boss known as Blockbuster, and learning to become his own hero. The first movie in the second trilogy would be Batman Life. Bruce takes in a new Robin, Jason Todd, who immediately has to go into action when Bruce uncovers a giant conspiracy linking all the way back to Riddler's clues in the world's greatest detective. Batman and the new Robin take on the Court of Owls, an underground organization run by the city's elite. They also learn that the Court of Owls are funding Bane and Poison Ivy's plan to rebuild the world, wiping out humans and letting the flora and fauna take over. The first villain movie would be the Joker. Once again, nothing too special here. Just a solo movie introducing and diving into the mind of the clown prince of crime. After that, we would get Deathstroke. This would be another villain movie, introducing Slade Wilson and following him hunting down Oswald Cobblepot throughout the globe after a bounty is put on his head. The second movie in the second trilogy would be Batman Death. Nightwing returns to Gotham after he learns that Batman and Robin are having a lot of problems with the Joker and Harley Quinn. This also catches the attention of Deathstroke, who joins in on the fun, with his eyes set on Nightwing. In the end, Jason Todd is killed by the Joker, causing Batman to fall into a state of depression and hang up the cowl. The second show would be GCPD, which would be an adaptation of The Long Halloween, just without Batman since he's seemingly disappeared. Commissioner Gordon gains the help of the Riddler to solve the mystery, since without Batman, Jim doesn't know anyone who would be better for the job. In the end, the killer is revealed to be Alberto Falcone, and Jim's daughter, Barbara Gordon, becomes Batgirl and teams up with the Riddler to stop him. Then we have Batgirl, which would follow Barbara Gordon taking the place of Batman in his absence, and fighting Azrael, who is also trying to take Batman's place, but has much more violent methods. Nightwing and Firefly would also appear. Next up is Nightwing 2. Dick would return to Bloodhaven and would join forces with Rose Wilson, also known as Ravager, to take on her father, Deathstroke, after the events of Batman Death. Towards the end, Red Hood appears out of nowhere and attacks Nightwing, leaving him beaten up and confused. The final movie in the second trilogy would be Batman Rebirth, which would follow Batman coming out of retirement when he learns that Jason Todd has returned as the Red Hood, with help from Ra's al Ghul and the Lazarus Pits. Batman, Nightwing, and Batgirl team up to fight Red Hood and Ra's al Ghul, and in the end, Jason joins the Bat family again, after killing the Joker out of revenge. Bruce also learns how to become a better Batman and fully returns to the role. I still have a whole nother trilogy planned in this universe, so if you want to see the rest of it, let me know and I'll make a part 2. But for the time being, those are my plans for a Batman cinematic universe. Also, make sure to catch up on the Marvel Beyondverse if you haven't already. Phase 2 starts soon, with Ant-Man releasing on February 3rd. Thanks for watching. Peace out.